Good morning and welcome to San Antonio, and welcome to DistribuTECH 2014. I'm thrilled to be here, and it's always great to see so many new and familiar faces. As I've completed my first year as Itron CEO, I've had a chance to reflect on Itron's future and the state of the broader utility industry. Over the last year, I've had the opportunity to talk with many of you, and I deeply appreciate the thoughts and insights that you have shared. It occurred to me that these conversations had a common theme, one that's central to the work that we do, and it's what Itron is passionate about. The way we manage energy and water will define this century. A fair amount of the world's gas, water, and electricity infrastructure is aging and in need of modernization. As we all know, we're still relying on the same grid that was built 100 years ago. Increasingly, the traditional utility business model is being challenged, and renewables and distributed generation are forcing utilities to rethink how they operate. Every day, we're tasked with being more efficient and to find ways to be more resourceful with what we have. With this in mind, Itron is committed to helping define the path forward and taking a lead role in being resourceful. We recognize that one of the first steps is to understand current challenges and potential barriers in building a more promising future for our industry. That's why Itron embarked on a global industry study, the Itron Resourcefulness Index. This annual index benchmarks how resourceful we are as an industry across gas, water, and electricity from utility executives and consumer perspectives. Our findings identified alignment around the need for efficiency gains across gas, water, and electric utilities. The scale of this need is notable. A majority of both utility executives and consumers believe utilities could run more efficiently. Aligned with this finding is the fact that there was almost universal agreement among utility executives that the industry needs to be transformed to meet the changing landscape. Three key findings were identified in our study. Consumers want more help from utilities to better manage their resources. Government policy is critical, but currently perceived as a barrier to progress. Technology is key to the transformation. What is particularly interesting is that these opinions were not held solely by U.S. electricity executives, but across gas, water, and electricity utilities in Asia, Europe, and Latin America. Let me give you a bit more detail about each of these key findings. Our study found that utilities are investing in the tools they need to better manage energy and water. Yet most do not feel equipped to deal with the massive amounts of data that ultimately can be used to empower consumers and optimize their operations. While consumers support utility investments that will aid and improve cost-cutting and efficiency programs for them, consumers are looking to utilities to supply this information. Clearly, there is an information gap. Utilities today are engaging consumers, yet consumers want more. They want real-time energy and water information on their smartphones and tablets, much like banking, streaming media, and interactive apps. We have an important opportunity to engage more meaningfully with consumers and businesses about how they are using resources and how they can better conserve gas, water, and electricity. There is such a strong desire for change. We need to look at the barriers to progress. Our study revealed that utility executives say new regulation, or the possibility of it, is at the top barrier to progress. More than half of utility executives say regulatory uncertainty delays investment. One step towards progress is better collaboration. Through collaboration with regulators, we can ensure everyone understands the proven benefits of advanced metering and a modernized grid. With industry and government working together, we can achieve the transformation the industry needs. As we look ahead, it's clear that technology will be a key factor in transforming the way we manage gas, water, and electricity. Nearly 75% of utility executives believe investing in tools to manage big data is critical to modernizing infrastructure. And 60% of consumers say big data will help utilities improve efficiencies. The study found utilities are willing to invest in big data, with more than half saying if they had a budget increase, they would invest in technology upgrades over anything else. There's a hunger to improve. We know that technology can help get us there. Smarter systems help consumers use less energy and water. Analytics enable utilities to better understand consumption patterns and provide actionable intelligence for real outcomes. Monitoring and measurement technology give utilities more tools to find leaks, reduce waste, and restore power faster during outages. There's a great deal of work to be done. However, I continue to have high hopes for our industry and our ability to work together to build more advanced infrastructure and smarter cities. To get there, we need to collaborate, connect, and invest. Truly transforming our industry requires key stakeholders, utilities, governments, technology companies, and consumers to understand their role in efficient resource management. Great work can be achieved when we break out of traditional models and collaborate. For example, the Department of Energy, the California Energy Commission, and San Diego Gas and Electric recently completed a pilot project in Borrego Springs, California, that integrates microgrid elements with smart meters, distributed generation, and energy storage. Projects like this and a myriad of others, from dynamic pricing pilots to innovations in battery storage, are critical to advancing our industry and using resources more efficiently. As an industry, we're talking about innovations like microgrids and rooftop solar, which are changing the landscape. By working together, these innovations create new possibilities for all of us. When we collaborate, we're more innovative. We break down more barriers, and we will solve more of our industry's most pressing challenges. Collaboration creates greater connections, and connections are key to our success. We must connect with each other, connect with our customers, and connect with government regulators. Through these relationships, we can realize the potential of all that technology has to offer. Understanding how to gain the most value out of technology requires engagement between utility companies and technology providers like Itron. We have an obligation to innovate and help utilities understand how to apply those innovations most effectively. We also have an obligation to connect with government officials to explain the return on investment of new technologies, as well as consumer benefits, such as greater customer engagement programs like peak time rebates. Finally, we need to continue to invest in accelerating the adoption of technology, not just meters, but systems. We need a smart, modernized grid to create the efficiency utilities and consumers want. The only way to advance as an industry and reliably deliver energy and water to people around the world is through continued innovation. 30 years ago, remote meter reading was a groundbreaking innovation. Today, we are installing self-healing grids and pairing them with tools to pinpoint problems in real time. The next 30 years will bring new challenges that we will only be prepared to meet if we continue to innovate. The themes found in the Resourcefulness Index, calling for transformation, consumer demand for more information, and the perceived barrier of government policy will be met with technology, innovation, collaboration, and connection across our industry. We all have an important role to play in adapting to a changing industry, and we need to act with a sense of urgency. We have the technology. We need to remove barriers and speed adoption. The way we manage energy and water will define this century. Building smarter cities, engaging consumers in a meaningful way, and better managing our gas, water, and electric resources requires technology and a new way of thinking. Through collaborating, connecting, and continuing to invest, together we can create a more resourceful world. I look forward to talking with you throughout the show and starting that collaboration now. Thank you, and have a great show.